Wonders of the Dremel. So, got an out of the waistband holster and this pocket clip, which is pretty handy, and I want to keep it. But this particular holster, they didn't have that in mind. So what I'm going to do, and I already kind of pre-marked it here, but I'm going to cut it off with the Dremel. These are some rough lines, which I didn't even really need them, but you know, shit gets crazy out there when you're on that whiz wheel. I can pretty much follow this indentation here and just keep this curve going straight in, and I think I'm going to be all right. If this goes right, this will go really fast, and if it goes wrong, I'm going to completely demolish this holster, and this whole thing's going to be a total wash. Okay, so for doing any of this kind of stuff, you want the pen attachment, or whatever they call it, a little cable thingy that goes on the end, because you can't really do this fancy Dremel shit unless you have that, right? And my old faithful, this guy right here, I'm gonna try to use that, but it might be too much. It might eat this stuff, in which case I got some of these, but I have some older ones in here. I might just roll with that, and then I might try to sand something off if it gets really gross. I'll use some of these other ones, but I got a lot of bits and stuff. I got some in the box too, but we're gonna see how this thing cuts it, and we'll go from there. Or I might bitch out and use one of the plastic wheels. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're not quite there. Got to take a little bit off of both sides here, but it's going pretty good. I'm using the plastic wheel on the Dremel. I decided not to use the chopper, and I'm glad I didn't, because this went really fast. Shit can get out of control pretty quick, and things can start looking really ugly. This doesn't look great right now anyway, but it doesn't look bad, you know. And this is what we're looking at right now. You can see I did take a little bit off. Got to take some more. And I got to get a little more aggressive. Maybe go straight down instead of leaving that curve. The curve, and I think it was kind of pretty, but hey. Sorry. It is what it is, man. Ugly it is. I can do ugly. That's the next cut. Considerably more bold. It's not super ugly yet. Still almost looks like, with the exception of the front there, that, you know, it could have been made this way, and if I sand it down a little, which, you know, we'll see what happens, but I mean, it almost looks like it was made to be like that, right? And you can see how really, really close we are here. Looks like I gotta take a little bit where it's touching right there, and it looks like it wants a little more space right down here. But other than that, I think we might be onto something here. We're close. And again, I don't want to take too much off, or I'll start getting into the structural integrity of this thing. And but I think we got enough space, because I've already destroyed this holster. I mean, I can't send it back at this point. Side tack, sorry. You know, this was a cheap Amazon holster anyway. I'm not doing a review on that. I'm trying to make this thing fit. All right, so that's what we're looking for. Works for me, for now anyway. Okay, well, looks like I got this thing to fit. It's still a little ugly, but we knew that. And I kind of lost my patience for this today. I got other shit to do, but I got loads of time to sand this thing down later. So one thing I may do is round the edge on this a little more right in here, because it doesn't look like it's suspended on there, but just in case, I'm gonna I'm gonna take I'll put a little more angle right there before I call it quits. The rest of it looks good. While I'm at it, actually, I may put a little more of a vert, a little more of a slant on there. I know it's kind of touching right there too. But yeah, right now it's working, so I don't want to screw with it too much. I just want to make it prettier and maybe get a little better of a housing right there, so that if I actually use this, it'll fit better. For my job, I gotta have a retention holster, so everybody makes fun of these things, but I mean, I've been using them since the things were freaking invented, and you know, I haven't died in the sand or the mud yet, so I'm still alive. Go figure. And typical, I went too far. See that? And it got ugly. Now I have to sand it later. Man, I was doing so good, you know? And I got it to interact perfectly, put that perfect curve in there, got it looking all sexy, and then I went too far into there. And now it looks like shit. And I can fix it, but man, that's gonna be noticeable, you know? That's gonna be real freaking noticeable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a bunch of that shit off to make it look right. Well, or maybe not, I don't know. I'll just sand it down and say F it, right? I mean, anyway, yeah, there you go. Chopping a holster.